and like, to look at them, put on their, whatever that man admires about feminine energy. They're not burnt out and wanting you to rush or hurry or anything like that. So anyway.
Hello there. I needed to hear what you said. I needed to hear what you just said.
And
I really did.
I was listening to that grumpy old nigga too.
Well, I did hope that he didn't leave because I said that. That wasn't my intention.
Hey, listen, if words get under people's skin, especially a man that says a woman should mirror him,
Mm,
that's not the way to react. Because you don't want your woman to react that way.
mm.
Just leaving. That's why women are just leaving now. So it kind of explains it.
I needed to hear that. I needed to. A lot has happened in this last year, and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
did I say anything that felt insensitive or anything like that? To
no,
you. I'm saying specifically to you.
mm-mm,
Okay.
no, no.
All right.
Oh, oh, not insensitive, but aha, like an
Mhm.
aha moment. Like, oh, okay.
The
And
only
what I
reason
go ahead.
I just wanted to say this real quick. The only reason why I canned up, I said it at the beginning, but I just want to make sure you hear me, because when we don't take it, not, I don't want to use that word accountability, but when we can't see that maybe our discernment was a little bit off, we start devaluing men, thinking, they're going to switch it up, or all these men are doing this. And it's not really true. Like, most men are just real simple. They're not trying to play games or anything. But if you didn't give them enough time before you started feeling like you really, really had a crush on them or like them, or want to start talking about them, and that kind of stuff, you're just kind of saying, I don't like this part about you. I only like the part that I saw before. And then that's kind of not, that's kind of like if men do that to us, so I want you to enjoy the dating experience and enjoy meeting the different types of men, that you learn more about yourself and you learn more of what you want. Because they're I know you heard me say it 1,000 times. It's just that it's the truth. Like, they're really amazing. They're like organic robots. When they love you and they love your smell and they trust you and they're okay with you being around their money and their home and everything, they literally, all you got to do is feed them, love them, and have sex with them. And they'll kill for you. They're so simple. That's not even that complicated. But if you listen to the man that sees women at a lower value, our days are ticking, you're going to think every man thinks like that. And there are a lot of men that think that way, but you're not interested in those men anyway. So you don't really want to listen too much about their dating mentality, because it's bad. It's just not your type of dating. Just like a man that might, or a woman that's interested in a different type of dating than I'm talking about, she shouldn't listen to me for long because I'm not speaking her language. So I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
No,
I
you
definitely
did.
didn't want to
I
dominate
no, no,
it.
no. I needed to hear what you were saying, and because just a lot has happened,
Mhm.
uh, and I needed to hear that because you have experience in that. I have not been dating. I don't. I don't. I don't know how many times I say this. I really don't understand the whole dating thing. And I was talking to a friend this morning, and they were like, "What do you mean?" I go, "I think you forget that I only been with my two kids' fathers. Like, I haven't been out here dating. So for me, it's it's like riding a bike. Like, you know what I mean? So I needed to hear what you said because just a lot of stuff has happened in 1 year, and I don't want to cry here on Beyonce's internet, but just a lot of stuff has happened
I
within this last
understand.
year, and so yeah.
I don't know what Silence's thoughts are about this, but one thing I would say is, think of it differently. When I was married for 13 years to my first husband, and we were Jehovah's Witnesses. He was my first. He was my man that I was with. I mean, I only knew him from 19 years old to a 30 something. And when I finally was divorced and out of the religion and I was single, I was like, what in the heck? People are wearing sunglasses while they're on dates and they're just saying, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm like, huh? It wasn't like this when I was got married in the 1900s. It was different. People were more real and they weren't trying to act like a music video or something. I didn't know. I didn't
wait,
know.
wait, sexy, how they do it? How they do it? Yo, what's
Well, I don't know. I mean, just being cool. I'm not cool, so that's my version of
nah,
trying
that
to.
was there was a perfect invitation. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. I was right
But
on.
but anyway, because I'm not cool like that, and I didn't know how to. I just know how to be real, and then I was seeing that that's not really cool. Like, that's not really what people are doing. I also thought I don't know how to date until someone sat me down who first was trying to date me, and then they realized you just got out of a religion, you just got divorced, you're still figuring out things, you're a single mom. That's not really who I thought you were. You look a certain way, and I thought you were in this stage of your life. I really want to get to know you and be in a relationship, and I don't want to start with a woman that's at this stage in her life. So I have enough control to just talk to you so that you do it safe out here. And he basically said, stop trying to date like everybody else, because that is going to make you feel like you don't know how to date. Do you know how you want to feel when you're with a man? Yeah. Do you know what you like about being with men? Yeah. Do you know the kind of environments that make you feel more open to get to know men? And I
Mm,
said, kind of. I mean, because I've only been
mm.
with my husband, but I'm learning. And he's like, well, then you know how to date. So you let people know how you're comfortable dating, find out how they're comfortable dating, and find a happy medium. And if they're like, oh, that's too slow or that's too fast or whatever, then they're not the person that you want to date.
Facts.
And then I could be more. So my thing that made me win, instead of constantly saying, because he also said stop saying that, because after a certain point that's not attractive, you know like I also want to know, why you're out here, and you got your snap, and you're not just sitting with any and every guy that wants to have a date with you, while you learn to date. He was also, telling me, instead of telling your pain story about relationships and you don't know how to date because you were married and all that, he's like, let people know that I want dating to be this way for me. And what I told him is like, what I want is I really want to get to know them. I want them to feel relaxed. I don't want them to feel like they have to be full. I want to see their eyes. I want to look in their eyes. He goes, see, that's a good point. A lot of men, I'm like, every man that has asked me out, even if I met him with no sunglasses on, when we go out at night, he has sunglasses on. And it's weird to me because I love looking in his eyes while he's talking. He's like, do you know how many men love that? So he was telling me, stop spending time with the men that are not your cup of tea and complaining about them and trying to get them to understand why you're the way you are, and only go out with the men who get you. But you got to be real. You can't play games. So I don't know if that helps at all, but I would say stop. You know how to date. You know how to date the way you want to date. And you know what I started telling men in the last maybe 10 years? I was like, the kind of dates I like? And they're like, what kind of date? And I'm like, there's literally no one. You probably heard a cricket. Oh, you got dogs. I told him I like to date like the 1990s, like Love Jones. And so many of the men are like, I like that too. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, okay, we're good. I know your vibe. And I felt so good. I was like, I could just be real because I'm like, I'm not hip, I'm not cool. And I just want to enjoy myself. If I'm going to leave my kids, or I'm going to get out and drive and wear my good perfume and all that stuff, I want to go out with a person who's excited about dating, and it's not a game. Whatever your truth is, speak it. And if that, and then look in that person's eyes to see, are they really getting it? What'd you say? I can't hear you.
I had it on mute. I had it
Oh,
on mute because I
say it
don't like
again.
to have the background. I said, no, that's it. I want that 90s type of R&B dating. That is
Right.
exactly what I want. That is
Yeah.
exactly what I want. I want us to, I, conversation is what I need.
Yeah.
Communication and clarify, like for
Mind
real. Because
stimulation.
it's really simple for me.
Yeah.
I'm the simplest as they come. Like all that extravagant stuff, I'm from the hood. Okay, you
Yeah.
just keep it simple.
Hmm.
You know what I
Can, can,
mean?
can I give y'all some advice from a man?
Absolutely. I'm listening.
Stop giving chances. That's your problem. That's your number one problem. Stop giving chances in dating. In dating. Let me clarify that. Not in the aspect of life, because I do believe everybody deserves second chances depending on what we're talking about. But if you're intentionally dating, what is the ultimate goal for dating? Is it marriage? Are you looking to date to find the person to be a boyfriend and then look for marriage? Like what is the intention? That's everybody's favorite word in 2025 is I want to be intentional. Okay, so what is your intentions with dating. And then once you start that, once that person, like Spirit said, once he doesn't meet your standards, once he says this doesn't sound like my idea of dating versus yours, that's where the chance comes in. Now you have the power to PUSSY. That's why niggas get haircuts, try to dress fly. Every baller that can afford it gotta have the best ride. For the
Hmm.
power of you got the power to make the decision to walk away or keep that nigga there.
Silence. That's what I just didn't I say? I've
Right.
been around men. I'm telling you, they're waiting for you to say. Where I know what the other brother said, and there's brothers that are like that, but you're not interested in that. You're interested in what silence is. They want you to set the pace, not to control them and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that, but just say this is what really makes me feel comfortable about opening up to you and getting to know
Right.
you. That's
Right.
what they're trying to
Give me
find
the pace
out.
to run at. That's all
Right.
I need. You don't have to tell me nothing. No, just give me the pace to run at. Now if you find yourself having to give the details of the pace and teach the nigga how to put the shoes on and actually teach him how to run the pace, and then you probably dating a boy, and you that's when you move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta you feel it can't be the same things every time, bro. These niggas need to learn to tie their shoes already. They should be running. You just got to teach them. Okay, you know what? Too fast, baby, too fast. I know you're an athlete and you can run fast right now, but that's not what I need right now. My intentions is not to run fast right now. I just started. It's my first day in the gym, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got to slow a nigga down, bro. We'll appreciate that. Like you're not telling me what to do. I'll go out and get me flowers, or you should go out. No, no, no. You don't got to tell me what to do.
That
Just tell me
part.
if I'm moving too fast or if I'm moving too slow.
Yeah, because that takes out of the joy too that women that they tell the man what to do, and then when he does it, they're like, okay, at least you know, it's like you're not even appreciating it. You're like, he did what I told him to do. That's
Yep.
not the same thing as
I
go
I
ahead.
appreciate it if you do what you say you're gonna do, but when you say you're gonna do it and you don't do it, then I kind of side eye you. Like,
Right. So the flip side to that though, right, is when you tell a man what to do, you're just making him a chameleon.
no, I no, I'm saying no. What I'm saying is, I'm not telling you anything to do. I'm saying you already said something you was gonna do. You kept saying this is what I'm doing and how I'm gonna have whatever, but then you didn't follow
But
through.
that's what silence was
Yeah.
talking about. Like the
Right,
first.
right. I'm saying right. If the woman tells the man what
Hmm.
she wants exactly, right,
Hmm.
that's not my character. Like, how do you know if you actually like my character, like of what I will go out and do? That's why I love women to say, what do you want to do on a date? Whatever you want to do on a date, because that's gonna let her know the man's plan. How does he plan things? How does he? What would he feed me? What would like? It's gonna let you know about a lot about us if you let a man. That's why you hear now, right? Oh, women could never decide what to eat. You know why? Because for years they didn't have to decide.
That's true.
They didn't have to decide for a man. They decided for the family, and that's about it. They cooked dinner, and that was about it. Like they didn't have to decide what the fuck they want to go out and eat. They went into the cabinet and decided what the fuck they was gonna cook.
That's true.
Like everything is upside down. So if you're looking for old school shit, you better demand that shit because it's rare.
All a man got to do is pay attention.
Mm-mm.
Then, but you know, the other thing to what
You
you
asking me to
said,
be a
there's
mind
the
reader.
majority of the times, Cassie, when that happened, it's a no-go. But there has been a couple of times instead of me getting frustrated and being stuck on stupid and sitting looking at him like I have no respect for him. He said this and I didn't even ask him and he still didn't do this and that. I just stop him and say, you know what? When you said this, the way that made me feel just as a woman was all kinds of good and for lots of different reasons, and especially because I wasn't even expecting that. Like that's not my expectation, and the only thing that I want to bring up to you is that I don't require that, but you said it, so that led me to believe that because you just seemed like a man of your word that you were going to follow through, whether it's I'm going to take you to a movie, whatever the thing is.
Hmm.
But now that you haven't, I'm a manifester. So it's all about what you speak into existence. So you're letting me know you're impotent in that area. Or it seems that way to me. I don't want to project. And man, a couple of good situations where they're like, hold up for a minute. Don't even use that word around me. Ain't nothing about me impotent. And I'm like, well, I wasn't trying to call you that. I'm just saying your words weren't fulfilled, is what I'm saying. And I don't need you to say things to get me to like you. I already like you. But there are things that will make me deselect myself. And that's if you're just speaking things for no reason, because that doesn't feel attractive to me. And I got the, oh my God, I wouldn't have even brought it up until I knew I could fulfill it. Please forgive me. Let me backtrack and let me give you double whatever the issue was. And I'm not even talking about I'm definitely I'm definitely not talking about money. I'm just saying whatever those things were. But also, like, not because I have to have closure or anything like that, but I don't like leaving a situation automatically thinking something negative about a man, because now I got to look at, why did I attract him? Maybe it's something I didn't understand. One of the times was, a man's like, I'm just going to be transparent with you. I'm taking care of my sister's kids. I'm taking care of her husband because he fell at work. I'm paying for shit I wasn't even expecting to. I thought I would be able to do that, but it totally slipped my mind to even say anything to you, because in the background, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. And then I realized he's not in the sexy part of his life right now. So he needs more of a listening ear and more patience and some space to handle some really big things. But also, it made me like him even more. And I told him, I was like, I didn't even know that you were handling that kind of thing, and you're doing it with such grace and dignity. And I appreciate seeing you in your masculine, but also in your nurturing role. And it's just that, as in the dating pace, it's not. And he's like, no, I get it. I seem flaky, but I'm really not. I'm solid as a motherfucker, if you only knew. But I just can't show up solid right here because this is my priority. I could only respect that
I
and
would
leave that
respect
brother
that too.
alone.
Exactly.
Leave that brother alone, instead of like, are you busy yet? Well, let me listen to your problems, and fall deeper in love and then be mad at him because he's taking care of something else instead of taking care of what I want. So
Oh
it's
my
all about
God.
being a grown up.
The shit she's saying over here is just so fucking profound, bro. Like, it's like literally describes our life, bro. Like, we the perfect helpmate.
I would respect that. Just be open and honest and communicate. That's
But as a real woman, though, like we talk about real men, well, they should just know. As a real woman, I knew something was up. That's why I had to say something. But those men taught me, don't say it in the negative, because that man is not doing that to be negative to me. He's doing that for another reason, and it feels negative to me. But, but instead of like thinking that part, because then it's like, well, what about our responsibility as these, intuitive women that can pick up on nuances? And nope, I'm shutting it off and I'm dating, you better figure everything out or I'm not going to be happy. That's not, we got to decide when we're, you know what I mean? That's not consistent. So we just got to figure that part out, whatever that looks like for you. It has to be a balance. Because then when you get the man and he's your husband, he forgets or whatever, then if you don't have any practice of knowing how to regulate your nervous system and still feel safe and still feel he's a good man and everything, you're going to be practicing that in your relationship.
that's uh something that I have discovered
Mm-hmm.
is I'm still healing that inner girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still stuff wasn't feeling safe. I wasn't feeling secure. The just feeling like the little girl on the outside, still wanting to be chosen. Get me in the game, coach. Put me in the game, coach. So like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's because you was taught to be chosen when you're the chooser.
That's what the men, though, I'm not saying real men, but I'm just saying the men that I spend time with, they say that all the time, Cassie. And I was a woman that was learned about men from other women. And so when I would hear that, I was like dumbfounded, like, what? Huh? You know,
Even in the most look, even in the
that
most
got you,
treacherous.
sis.
Look, Cassie, I'm about to fuck you up because even in the most treacherous, right? Even in the most treacherous of industries of what we know as the pimp game. Okay, what do they say? We trying to get chose. You know why? Because it automatically relaxes the insecurity that a man has. You feel me? Because later on, if I choose you, let's just walk you down with this. If I choose you right now, however I get you down the line becomes my insecurity. Because what's stopping from another man getting you the same way?
Mhm.
What makes me so special? I got 5 arms. Like it takes a special type of nigga it may come 5 years down the line. I promise you, it may not come 1 year, 2 year down the line. It starts happening. Soon as you look good one time, you want to the club with your girls and shit. I think about, damn, I met her at the motherfucking club. I said what's up to her. You feel me? Like it's human nature and it's gonna happen. But when I get chose, there's no insecurities for me to go back on. Like, yeah, I mean, I could be an asshole and be like, well, she out here choosing niggas, but then that's where you have to be have a certain level of security as a man.
But Silence, don't you mean, well, let me not tell you what I mean. What I meant when I say that, based on sitting with different brothers, a little bit of what I think you're saying, but also it's like that man pursued you, let you know he's interested, let you know he's attracted. He didn't just bump you over the head and drag you into a cave and claim you. You had to say, here's my number. You had to answer the phone. You had to respond to the text. You had to choose and say, I'm giving you access.
Right.
That's the choosing
Amen.
that we get to have. Men that are still of that mindset. Silence is, I don't know what your age is, but I know you're much younger than I am. If he's still thinking like that, there are hundreds of thousands, millions of men that still think like that. That you really you have the empowering choice. You choosing and showing up feminine for me and smiling at me and making me feel like I am the center focus of what you're looking for right now. You're choosing me. So that's why I'm keeping doing this stuff. That's another
Amen.
reason why we shouldn't, like this brother said, John Clark said in the comments, and I totally appreciate him saying that. We also have a responsibility. When I was saying, I don't really want to jump in bed with people. I want to get to know you. And friendship is important to me because then I know if something happens where you can't do it or I can't do it, we got something that we can hold on together, our friendship, our
Right.
respect, our trust. But also, I know this is my guidelines. I don't know what another woman would do, but during that year, I'm not policing you. I don't think that just because you're talking to me, you can't talk to anybody else, because that's me risking this guy is everything I'm interested in, but I don't want to start jumping on it just because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. I really genuinely want him to see who I am so he could trust me, so he doesn't have to be worried about who I am and how I move. But if that makes him still kind of talk to other women he can have sex with, good, because then I don't have to do it right now. All I have to do is be feminine, be consistent, get to know him, and don't ask because that's not my business. He's not
And,
my man.
and from a man standpoint that has had multiple women on the dating scene, it's definitely a satisfying feeling when you find that one that make you cut all them other bitches off. It don't happen. It don't happen
Yeah,
overnight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It definitely don't happen overnight. Like I'm not a mean guy. So me meeting this woman it wasn't planned. So now how do I tell these other women that I actually still care for? I care about them, but I'm dating. I'm honest with them. They know I talk to other women, but now I have to tell them. And if you think I could just wake up the next morning and be harsh, like, oh, well, fuck you, bitches, I done found the love of my life yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
That's not
realistic
safe for him to do that
and
because
it's not safe.
he might be jumping too soon. And I know that hurt my little heart when I heard men speak the truth like that. But when I thought about it, it's like, yeah, why would I think that he's just going to work and coming home and warming up soup and not like everybody else can't see he's handsome and fine and interesting and all these things. But I don't like to think about that part. So that's when again I let men teach me about men when they're like, but then don't ask because you really don't want to know that.
Oh my God.
And
That's
then
why I shut up
when
and
I
listen when
stopped
y'all talk
asking,
about
and
women.
he's like, you really don't have to ask me anything. If I'm showing up here every weekend and before the weekend comes, I'm asking what you're doing. I'm kind of answering your question without you having to ask me that.
Come on.
And that made me feel so free, Cassie. Honestly, it wasn't like, oh, I'm a dum dum and he's sleeping with a bunch of people and I don't care. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that for long because basically that is true. He's literally with me. Like I don't have to worry. And I didn't have to tell him, be with me and only talk to me. And I'm your woman. I didn't have to say any of that. It just is starting to happen organically. So there's no rush. That's the whole thing.
Right. And it's gonna let me know that you learning me.
What does that feel like to you, Cassie? I saw your tears and I wasn't quite sure what was happening for you.
When Silence said, I do the women does the choosing.
Mhm.
Feels good.
It feels foreign.
Um,
Feels real foreign and it feels out of reach.
Because it's not you something you used to. And that's cool though. That's why you meet people like myself and people like Spirit. You feel me? Because guess what? Maybe you wasn't meant to choose nobody before we telling you this right now. Maybe like love is unconditional. Love is unconditional. The way you love your kids, it don't matter what they do, you're not turning on them. That's love. I can say I love you, Cassie. You know why? Because the type of love I know I have for you, we're not talking intimacy. I love you unconditionally. You feel me? Like that's just what it is. That's what probably you need in your life. That's fuck probably. That's what you need in your life. And probably I can't speak for God, what God has made you waited for. That's probably why you didn't get the lesson to choose nobody, because the niggas that you didn't fuck with, guess what? It wasn't worth choosing, was they? Okay, so it's look at time. Don't look at time. I don't give a fuck. You 68 years old right now. Don't look at your life like, damn, 68. God, you made me wait to learn to choose at 68. God damn, yeah, 68. God damn it. Look up at God and thank God at 68 that you finally got a fucking man and he's marrying you. Absolutely, absolutely.
and part of choosing is taking your attention. That's the part you really need to learn in the choosing is the person that's choosing you, knowing how to say thank you, but no thank you. Knowing how to, without vilifying him, without him being a piece of crap and all that, because that just looks reflecting. Um,
Saying thank you, but with saying no thank you, man. That was a problem of mine for a long time on the man's side.
yeah,
Having compassion in the heart, and when you break somebody's heart and you see what it does, you don't want to break nobody else's heart. So now you start giving chances and compassion and empathy, because you done had your heart, bro. We got to get rid of all that shit.
mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Fuck them niggas. Okay, fuck them. Okay, if they not for us, only on dating scene, only on dating scene. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like after you say you're not for me, you could be friends and do all that shit. But you want to enter this dating pool, and once you drown, you're dead. I'm not resuscitating you. That's it. No chances, Cassie. Don't you put your mouth on that motherfucker. I, I don't care how harsh I sound right now. Don't you put your no mouth to mouth, Cassie. Let them go. It's God's plan for them to go.
Listen to the wisdom.
I promise you. Breaking heart is bad. The
Yeah.
girl burned down my house. But I don't mean to laugh. I just read that. I was not expecting to read that. Oh, you see?
And it's
Bird
so good. It's a new year. It's a new year, Cassie.
release. Process and release, baby. It's okay. It's okay to release, baby. We here with you. You're gorgeous. You are beautiful. You've been beautiful since I met you inside and out. So that's why I feel comfortable being up here and telling you that I'm pretty sure God is making you wait to choose the right person. Because I really fuck with you heavy. And if a nigga come at you and he ain't right, Cassie, I promise you, it'll be a problem. It'll be a problem. Not the Cassie that I talk to that send me scriptures and books, and I read her books, and the things that she says in there is very spiritual with me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure God has had some type of cover over you. Because that's the strongest tie that you can make, is that soul tie. Yep. And I love that you're releasing. I'm not even feeling bad, because you deserve it. On my mama grave, you deserve it. I cried the other night. I cried the other night. Okay, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I cried my motherfucking eyes out. The holidays is here. I don't got my mama, my daddy home from prison, thank God, but he all the way in New York. I wake up and I just cry randomly. I wasn't even dreaming about it, no nightmare about it, but I just woke up thinking about my mom and the tears was just falling. I'm just sitting there regular. Like I probably could have rolled a spliff while the tears were rolling down. I was fucking regular, no boo hoo, just coming down. Cause we need to release that shit, bro. We got so much trauma and things that we were taught that we shouldn't have been taught from fucking. be choosing a man to not choosing a man to motherfucking Christopher Columbus, who don't even exist in history books no more. We were taught some shit that shouldn't have been taught all around. So please don't beat yourself up. Keep releasing as much as you need to release when you realize, like, you know what, I'm the fucking queen. I've been the queen all this motherfucking time, y'all motherfuckers. You feel me? I'm gonna send all y'all motherfuckers to Pelican Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers that didn't tell me I was the chooser.
I'm putting cases on all.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Release it. Oh, you look for me. I promise you, release that shit. How you feeling? I see smiles and laughter now. Talk to us.
I'm laughing because you got me on Beyonce's internet crying. But oh God, God is amazing. That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
I don't got nothing. I just release, let go. Don't
I don't.
resuscitate. All I hear is don't resuscitate. Don't give mouth to mouth.
That's
LIG
right. That's right. Cassie, Cassie. let me give you the visual so you could just think about what it'll look like so you won't have no compassion for that shit when you see it. Okay?
Because a man that really sees your beauty and really is listening to your story, he's gonna know. Like I told you, that man was like, ah, man, I saw you. I thought, oh wow, she's the one. But you just got divorced. You're going through this. Used to be religious. You're gonna, yeah, yeah. You need that space. And they're, like a man who genuinely, who's healthy, is gonna know. You know what? She shouldn't have to resuscitate me. I don't want to put her through that. She's she's yes, she's a grown ass woman, but she's also, I could see her at 16, 17 years old. Her heart is still pure and excited about life. I don't need her to get wrapped up in my drama, or I don't need to make this experience drama for her. She deserves it to be light. And there are men that think that way.
Yep.
But who cares if they are or not? You need to be thinking that way about you. But just know that all men are not diabolical demons and all of that. That's not true. They're just going through shit like we're going through. We shouldn't be out there dating sometimes, and we don't deserve to be resuscitated.
Yep.
It goes both
Amen.
ways.
I'm where I'm working. Yeah, we're a work in progress. But
Mhm.
See,
yeah.
but this is why it takes a village. This is why the father is supposed to give the daughter away to another man. This is why the daughter is not
Mm.
supposed to be out the house living with another man until the family meets them. You feel me? That's what dating's supposed to be like. Dating is not supposed to be one on one where we can seclude you and be the fuck we want to be. Why the first date ain't with the family anymore like it used to be, where the nigga might look at you and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, baby, I got like 2 Ferraris and I own a business dealership, and the cousin come out of nowhere, nigga, no you don't, nigga, you work at Burger King, what you talking, you look at this liar immediately, date over, good looking, we friends, nigga, you the nigga that work at McDonald's that just tried to lie to me and say you had a Ferrari, automatic close, but we could be cool instead of waiting 3 months to find out the nigga, worked at McDonald's in 4 months, because dating is like, I just believe in old school dating.
I believe in that too. And I got to take accountability for my own actions or non-actions. Um, and
That's
just got to keep
beautiful.
working, you know. Um, when I recognized the shift, I should have exited stage left, but I didn't.
But you had to learn how. And silence is giving you a lot of, I wouldn't even say game, a lot of wisdom to know how to do that. Because you were operating in your little girl energy, like, do I have permission? Not, maybe you weren't thinking that, but grown woman energy is like, time is ticking. I got things to do and people to see, not because you're mean, but
Yep.
you're grown,
Yeah,
and
Cassie,
use
where I'm from,
yourself.
I'm sorry, where I'm from in my block or my building, if you was dating a homegirl in a building, If you could make it past all 10 of us with your motherfucking chin up and some jokes, and maybe a nigga might swing on you just to see if you about it to date our motherfucking homegirl, that's when the homegirls knew they could fuck with you. Like, you had to go through not just a date with me or just a date with a girl. You gotta go through the family, cuz like that is a mando for me. That is a mando. So I say that to say this, right? Next nigga you decide to date, just call me. I'll pull up, or we could do a little FaceTime date, a little three-way, put me in a little seat, you know what I'm saying, so I can ask some questions. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how you react to that. This is my brother. If a man
You know,
can't see, you know what, I want to talk to your brother. Your brother will love me. If he can't sit and be comfortable with that, that's automatic, no.
I appreciate that because I was thinking the other day, I was like, dang, I don't have no guy to talk to that's not interested in me in that way that
Look
I
at
could just.
God. Look
And
at
so I
God.
appreciate you for real. No, I'm being serious. I was just thinking to myself, like, who am I gonna call? Who can I talk to? I don't know who to.
Anyway, that's because we don't really talk on I don't really talk on live about stuff like this or
I know.
deep dive, but
Neither do
I,
I.
I believe that we're in a time where black men and black women are at odds at a high rate. I don't want to say all, but at a high rate, we are not seeing eye to eye, and it's due to a lot of reasons that people are afraid to tackle. Um, I speak about this on my other platform where I say we need a brotherhood and a sisterhood where the men teach each other how to be men and the women help each other become better women. That's like we can't have the women trying to teach a man how to be a better man because that's where the rift automatically starts. How could you tell me how to do that? And they're right. And you guys are right when we do it to you. What happens is if you remove the women in a room right now, let's put 50 men in a room right now together, there's gonna be a natural pecking order. Natural. From the biggest and more athletic without us saying anything. That's how men operate. Women, you're gonna have a conversation. What do you guys do? You're gonna have to do all the bickering and batter. Like we are two different genders. So we have to figure out where we are, look at the bottom of the men and be like, let me help you up. Let me help you up. Let me help you up. Because now what happens is when my daughter or my friend's daughter or my friend's daughter starts to meet those bottom of the barrel men, that's why, I hate to start feel like I'm attacking the gay community, but that's why a lot of these women turn gay. It's not they're dating the bottom of the barrel men thinking that the top tier don't exist anymore. And the men that are at the top, we're selfish. So we don't want to give the guys at the bottom the tricks. We rather date 3, 4 women and have the numbers to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Which is not conducive to marriages with our nieces and our aunties and like if we really care about the women that we say we do, we need to start teaching these men how to be better men as men and vice versa. I think for the women, because there's some piece of shit women.
I agree with that.
But it's hard for men to have that conversation. I promise you. Because when I start to ask men what they do, because men challenge me, well, who are you to tell me what a real man is? Well, that's a valid question. So let's talk about what I do as a man in real life. If we really want to have that conversation, if you want to know what type of person you're taking advice from, that is a beautiful question, brother. But do you really want to have that conversation? Because now when I start talking about things that sound fake to you, now I'm a liar. Now I don't know what I'm talking about, and it becomes it's not a real conversation anymore. So, I mean, that's the problem we have in our brotherhood. I don't know what y'all got going on over there, but in the brotherhood, that's a big one.
I have a lot to sit in.
Well, thank you so much for camming me up,
No, thank you
Kelsey.
so much for coming up because
And it's so good to
that
see you, Silence. Thank you so much for pouring wisdom.
It's good seeing
To
you too, Spirit.
yeah. I always like learning from brothers, and especially it just makes me feel good because I don't have any grandkids yet, but I have a daughter and I have nieces and cousins that are much younger than I am, and it just makes me feel good to see men in their 20. Are you in your 20s or 30s? I always forget.
I'm 37.
Oh, really?
right. I
Yeah.
thought he was in his
What?
20s, but okay.
I thought maybe 27, 28.
Oh
Um,
man, I appreciate it.
but yeah, but see however young you are, knowing that you are the elders. When my body is gone, this is the elders that's going to be on the planet. Like that makes me feel better. Like, so I just, like I'm telling sisters, don't be thinking every man is bad. I don't want to be thinking, oh my God, none of these men respect women. No, none of these men care about women anymore. I used to be afraid of that until God started showing me, stop looking at those men. Yeah, there are men like that, but they're not going to stay like that. If they genuinely like women and they want good women, they don't want the hot girl summer and all the other kind of women that are out there, they're going to have to change. And the only way, no, I agree 100% with what Silence is saying about how men can only another man can adjust another man. But what the payoff is is if a man is heterosexual, he wants a pussy, he wants a woman. So when the women also are elevating and being in our power and being like we should, that gives them a reason to want to be that. That gives them a reason to want to listen to another man. Not that we're all they care about, but you know what I'm saying? It goes hand in hand. But I just appreciate hearing from the younger generation, no matter how much younger it is to me, because it just makes me feel like the world is still solid. And what I want to speak out loud so you guys could say, I remember Parrish said this. I feel like you know how bell bottoms keep coming back around and then they go out of style? I bet you anything the old dating is coming back around. It hasn't left, but it's going to come back around like, oh, this is the new way of dating. We're going to be like, that's old. That ain't no new. That's how it should be. But that other thing ain't working, and it's clear. So it's going to come full circle, and people are going to come back around to whatever it looks like, but more what makes sense if you're trying to get to know someone for a meaningful relationship. And you're going to thrive, and if you haven't found the right man yet, you're going to have even more men that are becoming conditioned for a woman who's just got pure at heart. I don't have no game. I don't
Yep.
want anything from you. I just want to listen to some music, exchange books, hug, get to know each other, like know you got a pure heart too. That's you don't think that that's as valuable as you should, but that's extremely valuable. So when you move like it's valuable, not telling me I'm valuable. You don't have to say it. Just move that way. You'll have a completely different. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking you're doing it wrong or something's wrong with you. You're in a
Yep.
really beautiful place in the dating arena with people who are ready to be real.
And I'm not religious. I'm very, very spiritual. I read the text, and that's the reason why it will come back, because the old school dating, a lot of the old school dating was based off how you're supposed to treat your woman, wife, kids, and everything from the text. Me, of course, is for the Talawido Bible, the original Ethiopian Bible, which says, I don't believe a lot of the stories, but if you go to the Adam and Eve version of theirs, it's people try to say Eve is the helpmate because she was created second, but she was only created for Adam because he was lonely, and they were meant to be one flesh. We're meant to be one. That is nature. You feel me? So parents, don't feel bad when you say you guys are everything. Yeah, that's literally what we're growing up to. That's literally why we're growing up. We're growing up to become a compatible partner for a woman. That, I mean, of course, some people will disagree with me from whatever communities they are, but like for me,
No, I
um,
agree with you, but I guess what I was saying is like I always want men to know they're valuable whether they have a woman or not, that their joy and their happiness and their peace, because they automatically, it's just the way that it's in their DNA. They care less about their self than they do their families. That's just how it is for them to be who they are for the family. So I just like to whisper that positivity, that you love yourself first so that you have enough to support the family with. That's the only place I was coming from. But you're right.
right.
I see it with my little, he's not little anymore, but my youngest son is 21, and the way that he is, and I look at my sons, it's like, wow, whether I poured it into them on purpose or not, it's just the way that men are made, and it's so beautiful. Like, you don't have to tell them. They might need to know how to do it, but they innately want to do it. They might not know how, but they want to show up for women. They want to be that man. It's just natural for them.
Look, I like to whisper the negativity, Paris, a little bit.
Okay.
Cause I tell men's, okay, the same way we tell women, the
Hmm.
more women, the niggas y'all sleep with, it brings y'all value down.
Hmm.
What we don't talk about a lot is if you can't get a woman, your value is going down too as a man. That's what if you can't get a real woman, bruh,
Hmm.
other women don't want you. And it's just that is the name of the man game also because men love to talk about y'all value. If you sleep with 3, 4 different women, let's talk about the man that they can't even get one or hold one on their arm. How we look at them niggas and how the other woman looks at them and like, well, it's the reason why you're walking alone. So like just that's just a fun fact for the men. If you can't get a woman, your value does go down. Don't let nobody tell you different. That's
Yeah,
why get one and
I'm
lock her
staying out of
down.
that argument because I want to stay in the space where I could always speak to any kind of man, so I don't want them to feel attacked or their ego.
No, yeah, spirit. No, I get you, baby. I do the attacking. Don't worry about it. I got it. I do
Okay.
the attacking. You feel me? That's why. But look, and I say attacking as a joke, but this is what I do within my brotherhood of people that I talk to, and they
Hmm.
don't mind it because they'll come back right back at me and tell me my flaws and tell me, well, motherfucker, you was doing this, and I'm like, you right, you right, I got it right. Like we don't have no ego or pride amongst real men that want to, you know, become complete men. We have real conversations on FaceTime. Maybe 6, 7 of us just having real nigga conversation about what real men look like. And on our real life, fuck the hypotheticals and the history books and the tribes in Africa used to do this. What are we doing right now, bro? How are you right now? How do you treat women right now? The girls that you're dating right now, are they happy? Are they successful? What do y'all relationships look like? Let's talk modern. I
Hmm.
hate talking the past that's not even relevant to what the fuck got going on or the type of man that you are. You wasn't around in the 1920s to learn from these people.
That's good to know. Thank you. I see. That's why I like to be in the space so I could. That's another thing that I can share with other women that I know for a fact. You're telling me I know you're real. So when women say men aren't checking other men, no, they are. I know
Oh,
someone.
absolutely.
Yeah, I met you. I know you, and so they can't say, you're making up these people because sometimes women say that to me. I'm like, I don't need to. I'm telling you the truth. But when I let them know this is a relatively young man and he checks other men and he allows and understands another man's going to check them too or check
Yep.
him too, so you can't say that maybe the men that you're choosing aren't doing that, but you can't say men aren't doing that. But I
Yep.
love that about Cassie, to be honest. Cassie has talked to me privately, publicly, when in any scenario, she's so vulnerable. And just like she
I
did now,
know.
well, I'm going to take accountability because I see where I could have done that. Like, that's really powerful because it's hard to help somebody when they don't want to see that there's something you could do better. Like, I'm not tearing you down or anything, but if you can't see that, then this is just going to be a cycle. But the fact that you have always been consistently like so genuine, so accountable, and really like when I stress the genuine, like there's no malice, no hidden agenda. You just generally want to be loved and be, you're lovable, and you're lovable, and you have a lot of love to give. That's what I always get from you whenever this
Yeah.
topic comes up. There's nothing else. I don't hear, I don't even hear you talk about, I need 6 figures, I need this. And, I don't ever hear you even talk about any of that.
Nope.
I don't care about that. I just want your
Yeah.
time and attention. I don't care about all that other stuff.
Mhm.
So
Simple. I'm simple.
do y'all believe in a soft girl era? Okay, that's what I thought. I
Well,
love y'all.
the
I just wanted to
soft,
see. I just had to see how far deep I was in with this conversation because,
the
man,
soft girl
that's
era, I gave brothers warning that the soft girl era has nothing to do about being feminine with men. The soft girl era is, I'm tired of all this shit. I need somebody to do it for me. I need a soft life. That's not
Oh,
feminine energy. The
thank
feminine
you.
is, yeah.
Oh my
I was telling
God,
a friend,
because
I
I
was,
hate
oh,
women that
she's in
say
her
it.
soft girl era. Paris, I met a woman and she's one of those soft women and she's in her soft girl. I'm like, be careful. That could still be just a tired, burnt out woman that's working in her masculine and she wants you to do it for her. And
And
that's
let them know that all eras come to an end. It's called the era for a reason.
right. But
Like
also
like
being compassionate with some women, if they don't have an elder that could show them, they're on their way, they're just going that way, like I don't want to badmouth people that are, I mean, everybody ain't gonna do it the way that we say it. They got their own journey, so some women are gonna find their way, like, oh, that era changed, well, then I have
Right.
to look for real
It,
feminine. They have to go that way. At least they're going some way towards it.
I just, but my thing, I just think they think we're dumb, or maybe they're not smart enough to understand what they're saying
It's
when they
that
say that they're in their soft girl era. Like,
it's
I
that
want you to be soft naturally. I don't want you to have to tell me that you're in some type of era of being soft. I want to meet you soft. I don't want you to hardly tell me that you're in your soft girl
And
era,
that's
because
also
it's
letting you know
ironic.
she just got there. That, so she ain't even been there that long. So
You- right. How the fuck you telling me? Show me. Show me that you in the goddamn era. Don't tell me that you in the era.
but that's the kind of, like what you were telling Cassie, that's one that, not because she's a bad woman or anything, but she doesn't deserve that energy because she doesn't know what to do with it. Oh, I thought she was talking to us. But anyway, let me calm down. I've been bumping my gums too long. It was really nice spending time with the both of you. I'm going to be in the comments.
No, Spirit, it's always good seeing you, man. It's a look. This is the holidays for real. I love the holidays. I don't believe in the meaning of Christmas, but we all on the same energy, and that's why we're all here. Like I've been
I just
having
want
a
to say,
vibrating high day. I've been vibrating so high today.
I,
It's no reason or
I,
coincidence that you guys are here and I'm talking to y'all about this.
it's no coincidence, and it's a godsend because if you only knew, I texted both of y'all because I don't know if I still got your
What?
number silenced, but I texted you so you can know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, I'm not going to stay on here. My daughter has something she needs me to do, uh, and I need to go back and
That's
replay.
I'm glad I
Re-
caught you and we had this conversation. You got my number.
yeah, I texted you. If you read that, you'll kind of get a gist of what I'm talking
Okay.
about. But uh, I'm gonna save this so I can go back and hear what you said. Not on my. I'm gonna put it in my archives.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It don't matter what you do. You got my number. Call me. If you don't remember something or you feel like it's something that you missed, call me. Like
I
I didn't cut so
appreciate
many
you.
people off. I got room to give people access now.
I appreciate you. Real
I
talk, bro.
appreciate you, sis. You
And
already.
I'm gonna see you soon.
I love your soul. Just call me.
Okay, love you. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you got something. I hope that you left encouraged. Um, I got to take care of something with my daughter, so uh, love y'all and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you celebrate, and if you don't celebrate, celebrate anyway. Celebrate something. Celebrate life. Have a great day, y'all. Great evening. Bye.